The night I was captured, I thought I would die. I was wrong. Death would have been kinder, because the man who took me didn't want my blood. He wanted something much worse. He wanted me. Chapter 1. I wasn't supposed to be there that night. My roommate, Lena, had begged me to go with her to the club. "Just one drink," she said. "You never go out anymore." I should have said no, but I was tired of being the responsible one, tired of saying no to everything, so I went. The club was loud, crowded, and smelled like expensive perfume and bad decisions. Lena disappeared within minutes with a man she'd just met. I told myself I would stay for one more drink, then leave. That was my mistake. I was at the bar when I saw them. Men in black suits. Too many of them. Moving through the crowd like wolves circling prey. I knew who they were before anyone told me. The Rossi family. The most powerful mafia in the city. And their boss. I had seen his face only once, on a news report about an unsolved murder. They called him a ghost, untouchable, dangerous. I never thought I would meet him. But that night, he walked into the club. And the moment his eyes landed on me, I knew I was already dead. He didn't come to me directly. That would have been too simple. Instead, the men in suits surrounded me. One of them grabbed my arm. "Come with us." I tried to pull away. "I don't know you." "You don't need to know us. The boss wants to see you." My blood ran cold. The boss. They dragged me through the club, past the dancers, past the flashing lights, into a back hallway, then through a door, then another, and then I was thrown into a room. It was dark. Quiet. The only light came from a single lamp on a desk. And behind the desk, he sat. Alessio Rossi, the mafia boss everyone feared. He was younger than I expected. Maybe 30. His face was sharp, beautiful in a way that felt dangerous. His eyes were dark, not just brown, but empty. Like he had seen too much and stopped caring a long time ago. He didn't stand when I entered. He didn't even look up. "You're the one," he said quietly. My voice trembled. "The one what?" He finally looked at me, and something in his expression shifted. Not anger, not curiosity, something colder. "The one who saw my face." I frowned. "I don't know what you're talking about." "At the warehouse. 3 weeks ago. You were there." My heart stopped. He was right. 3 weeks ago, I had taken a shortcut through an old warehouse district. I saw men loading trucks. I saw a man giving orders. I didn't think anything of it until I saw his face on the news the next day. That man was Alessio Rossi, and I had been the only witness. "I didn't tell anyone," I said quickly. "I swear, I didn't even know it was you until—" "It doesn't matter." He stood. He was taller than I thought, broader. He walked around the desk slowly, like he had all the time in the world. "You saw me. That's enough." I backed away. "What are you going to do to me?" He stopped a few feet away. His eyes studied my face, my shaking hands, the fear I couldn't hide. "That depends," he said. "On what?" "On whether you're useful." "They didn't kill me. They kept me. I was moved to a house outside the city. Beautiful, expensive, but a prison. Guards at every door. No phone, no windows I could open. Alessio didn't come to see me for 3 days. I spent those days crying, pacing, and imagining every horrible way I might die. When he finally came, I was sitting on the floor, my back against the wall, exhausted. He walked in like he owned the world, carrying food. Real food, not the scraps I'd been too scared to eat. "You haven't eaten," he said. "I'm not hungry." "You're lying." He set the plate on the table and sat across from me, close enough that I could see the scar on his jaw, the dark circles under his eyes. "Why am I still alive?" I asked. He didn't answer immediately. "Because I haven't decided what to do with you yet." "That's not an answer." His eyes narrowed. "You're bold for someone in your position." "I'm going to die anyway," I said quietly. "At least let me speak first." Something flickered in his expression. Surprise, maybe. Or respect. You're different, he said. Different how? He leaned back, studying me. Most people beg, cry, promise me anything. You just sit there. What's the point of begging? You're not a man who changes his mind. He was quiet for a long moment. Then he said something I didn't expect. You're right. I don't. He stood up. Eat the food. You'll need your strength. For what? He looked at me one last time. For whatever comes next. Days turned into weeks. I stopped crying, stopped pacing. I ate the food. I slept. I waited. And slowly, I started to notice things about Alessio Rossi that didn't fit. He never hurt me. Not once. He didn't yell, didn't threaten, didn't touch me. Sometimes he would come to the house just to sit in the same room as me. He wouldn't speak. He would just be there. One night, I heard him talking to one of his men outside my door. She's not like the others, he said. Boss, she's a witness. You know the rules. I know the rules. A pause. But she's different. My heart pounded. I didn't know what different meant, but I knew it was keeping me alive. 3 weeks in, something changed. I was in the kitchen, making tea, when he walked in. No guards, no warning. He looked tired, more tired than usual. You should sleep, I said without thinking. He stared at me. Are you giving me advice? Someone has to. You look like you haven't slept in days. He didn't respond. Instead, he walked to the window and stared out at the darkness. My father was killed when I was 12, he said suddenly. I froze. I watched them do it. 3 men. They shot him in front of me and left me there. I didn't know what to say. I've been running from that night ever since, he continued, killing anyone who gets in my way, trusting no one. He turned to look at me. And then you showed up. A girl who saw my face and didn't run to the police. Didn't try to sell the story to the news. Didn't do anything except live. I was scared, I admitted. I know. He stepped closer. But you're not scared anymore. He was right. I wasn't. I should have been. He was a killer, a criminal, a man who had done unspeakable things. But when I looked at him, I didn't see a monster. I saw a broken man who had never had anyone to trust. Alessio, I said softly. It was the first time I had said his name. His eyes widened slightly. Then he closed the distance between us. He didn't grab me, didn't force me. He stopped inches from my face, his breath warm on my skin. Tell me to stop, he whispered. I didn't. Tell me you don't want this. I couldn't, because somewhere between the fear and the waiting and the quiet nights, I had started to want him, not the mafia boss, not the killer, the man who brought me tea when I couldn't sleep, who sat in silence because he didn't know how to speak, who had spent 20 years building walls around his heart and was now letting me see over them. I reached up and touched his face. His breath caught. I don't understand this, I whispered. I don't understand you. Neither do I, he said. Then he kissed me, not gently, not carefully, like I was the only thing keeping him from falling apart. After that night, everything changed. He didn't keep me prisoner anymore, not really. I could walk around the house freely. He answered my questions. He told me about his life, his family, the things he had done. He didn't ask for forgiveness. He didn't pretend to be good. He just let me see him. And I stayed. Not because I had to, because I wanted to. One night, I asked him, "What happens now?" He was lying beside me, his arm around my waist, his face buried in my hair. I don't know, he admitted. I've never had something I didn't want to destroy. I turned to face him. Then don't destroy this. He looked at me for a long time. Then he smiled. It was small, uncertain. The smile of a man who had forgotten how. I'll try, he said. The Rossi family still runs the city. Alessio is still dangerous. But when he comes home at night, to me, He leaves the monster at the door. He's not a good man. He never will be. But he's my man, and I chose him. Not because I had to, but because somewhere between being his prisoner and being his, I fell in love. To be continued. If you enjoy this story, comment next. If you want chapter 2 of this story, don't forget to like and share.